All right. You have to do is you can copy this assets link assets folder. So you can, all you have to do is to click the link in the description below so that you can download it. So let's bring this inside our project, bring it inside the source folder and keep it inside the source folder. If you open this assets, inside the assets we have the images, and all the images it's been exported from this index.js, right? So please click the link in the description and download this assets file. All right, so now all we have to do is to start designing the UI part. So before moving into that, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click the index.js, index.css over here, and I'm going to bring the font which I'm going to use it inside here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say you have to go to the extensions and search for the Google Fonts extension. So please go ahead and download that, download and install this Google Fonts extensions, which just helps us to bring the import URL from the Google Fonts directly. So all I have to do is to Command Shift P and search for Google Font and use at import, and I'm going to search for Joost. This is the font I'm going to use inside, and then all I have to say is to open the body tag and let's bring it inside, and I'm going to say the font family, it's going to be the Joost or sans serif, or use the default system UI font. All right, so this is how the body tag will looks like and everything. And I'm going to fix the width is going to be 100 VW, and height I'm gonna fix it how exactly we can. So okay, let's worry about the height and everything later. Okay, and overflow X, it should be hidden. The body should not overflow left and right. So now you can see the font changes and everything is successfully done. All right, so now what I have to do is to jump back to the app.jsx, and let's get back into the authentication, because that's the place where we are displaying the authentications and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load a background image over here. So I'm going to load that background image. So to do that, all I have to do is to open the style attribute, and here I'm just going to say background colon and use the dynamic string literals, and I'm going to use the URL method. And inside here, I'm going to bring that image which is coming from our object. So let's try to make sure that we try to bring it over here. So bg, okay, it's not showing up. So what we can do is import from /assets, and over here let's search for login bg. Yes, that's the one, login bg. Save it, and it's showing as images slash. Okay, so I think we can't load it over here. Make sure, let's see, let me cut it out and let me bring an image tag, and let's see whether I can load it over here or not. Login bg, save the changes. Okay, so it's having the problem over there in the assets. It's not an issue over here. In the index.file, we're having an issue. .images 2.png. What's the issue over here? 2 is not png, 2 is jpg. That's an issue. So please change it respectively. So 2.jpg, save these changes. Yep, now it's working. And let me get back to the authentication, and let me make sure whether it is working through here or not. Save the changes. I think it's working. Then background size, it's going to be cover, and background position, it's going to be center, and here let's say no you. Background repeat, no repeat, so we don't want to repeat it. And let's give the class name as it should take the complete screen, right? So width screen, touch screen, and everything should be inside the flex item center and justify it center. So now you can see we have our image tag, and inside here we have our that authentication text part. So The reason why I kept this image as a background using the style attribute, because I don't have to load it in an image tag and keep it in an absolute position. So we don't have to go to that much complicated UI part. Just load it in the style tag. So it worked perfectly as it's supposed to be, right? So everything is looking good. Now what we have to do is, all we have to do is to over here, this I'm gonna create a div. So basically this div is going to occupy the width 100% when it comes to mobile screen. And for this we need to add some padding. So padding px, it's going to be 4, py, it's going to be 6. Save these changes. Width, of course, it's going to be full, but from the large device onwards, which means the LG device onwards, width is going to be 92. Width is going to be 96. All right, px it's going to be 4, py it's going to be 6, and rounded medium and backdrop blur medium. Save these changes. Now we can see we have a light blur effect in the center over here, and inside here I'm going to bring a text. All I have to do is to welcome back. So we'll bring the text over here, and okay, so it's supposed to be in the center. So let's bring it flex item center, justify it center, and flex in the column direction. So everything will be in the center position now. All right. So now all I have to do is to bring one more text: sign in to access your store. All right, this is the text. So this is supposed to be a little bit bigger. So let's say text to Excel and text white, like that. And this is supposed to be class name, text LG, and text gray 300, like this. Gray, we can keep it as 5 itself. That's also, no, that's 2. Let's keep it as 400. Sign in to access your account. All right. So now what we have to do is to, inside here, we have to bring one more a division, which is going to display that sign in options for us. And let's create a div, class name, and that is going to access the complete width, and padding it's going to be px 4, py 3, rounded medium, and everything it should be in the flex item center. All right, now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring an icon. So to bring an icon, all we have to do is to create a new console, get into the client folder, and add add react react icons. So this will help you to use the React icons inside, and I'm going to bring the FC Google. Okay, it's not showing the suggestions. Let's bring it over here. Import from React icons / font color. So we are going to use the colored icon, which is going to be FC Google icon. So let me bring the FC Google over here / then I'm going to bring a paragraph: sign in with Gmail. That's the icon, right? So it should be in the center. Justify it in the center, and of course it's need to have a border, and border it's going to be gray 400, and cursor it's going to be pointer, and rounded medium. Save these changes. Now we can see we have this border and everything. All right. So rounded medium is already added, so we don't need to add it one more time. So border, let's keep it as hello. Okay, so hello is not looking that much great. Let's keep it as gray itself. And then inside this, I'm gonna keep the text size is 2 pixel. And this is going to be class name, text LG, font semi-bold, and text it's going to be in a white color. Look at that, something like that. All right, and we need to increase the gap between each and everything. So I'm going to bring the gap as 8. like this. And I'm going to wrap these two paragraph tag into a single division. So we don't want that unwanted spaces over there. And let's bring it in the center. Class name, flex column, item center, justify it in the center, and gap is going to be 2. Something like this. All right. So now we have our card. And the problem over here is this background, this BG, it's making it a little bit harder to see it. So what we can do is, for this division, we can add some customized background BG, and let's use the RGBA color code. This is the custom color code. This is how you need to use it. Let's say 255, 255, 255, 0.2. All right. Let's bring 0.1. I think that is, let's bring 15. I think this is pretty much enough. Okay, so this is pretty enough, or let's keep it as 1 itself. I think this is pretty enough. Now we can able to see this text and everything. And this text sign in with this is, let's make this as 200. That's pretty good. And this is, it's going to be cursor pointer. And whenever this division is active, I'm going to reduce the scale to 95, and I'm going to make the transition all, duration 150, ease in out. Save the changes, and now when you click this, you can see it looks so cool now, right? And then now what we have to do is we have to bring the gap between these two properties. Let's say gap 4, so we can able to see this. If you wish to increase the size of this, you can increase the size of this to maximum 3. I think that's look cool for this design. And the border effect is not 400. Let's bring it to 200 so I can able to see the border a little bit clearly. And if you wish to add some by BG background, and it's better to use this BG gray 50 or something. No, 50 it's too much. What we can do is we can better use the same RGBA 255, 255, 255, 0.2. I think this is pretty much good, right? So that's looking much better when compared to before. All right, so instead of having this width and large device, let's keep the width as auto. Let's see how it looks. That looks pretty much fine with me. When it comes to mobile screen, of course, it's going to take the complete width. Let's see whether it is working or not. See, it's taking the complete width. This is how it looks in the mobile screen. And when it comes to the large screen, this is how it's supposed to look in the large screen. So this is pretty much good. I think so, right? So far we have successfully completed the UI part. So next what we have to do, we have to implement the authentication part, which we are going to use the Firebase to authenticate ourselves by using this sign in with Gmail option. So let's go ahead and do that part now.